Back in March, we followed up-and-coming England players Jack Clifford and Kyle Sinckler during their successful Under-20 Six Nations campaign. Following the tournament, the duo returned to their club Harlequins. But to gain valuable senior rugby experience, the Premiership side farms their academy players out to play for local teams in the lower leagues.
I got loaned out with George Merrick to Richmond for the whole year. I've had a great time. You know, I've learnt a tremendous amount. It's a really physical league, and I think that's really good for my development in my position. And every time I put on a jersey, I give it 100%, and I really enjoy playing out at the club. And it's, like I said, it's a great culture, a great place to be at. And yeah, I'm enjoying my rugby.
From Richmond point of view, I mean, we're very happy to have a relationship with Harlequins, and both, you know, Carl and George Merrick, who've joined him, have really joined in with the sort of Richmond ethos. But basically, I mean, they play for us on a Saturday. You know, DVDs of those games then go back to Harlequins. They get analysed by the Harlequins coaches. The guys get feedback. So it's very much part of their, you know, their whole rounded sort of rugby education. And I'm sure Carl has learnt an awful lot by playing at Richmond this season.
Like many front row forwards before him, Kyle had delusions of grandeur before reality struck home.
Well, when I first started off playing rugby, I don't know, it might come to a surprise to you, I started off in the centre, then the full-back, and then Colin Osborne, the academy manager at the time, said, you know, my times in the backs were over and I'm converted to tighthead prop. I like it, and I like the old physicality, as you saw today.
The move proved a success, but for a young man, coping with the strength and experience of older, physically mature opponents is not easy. But that is, of course, the point of the exercise at Richmond.
Carl's done incredibly well this year. I mean, he's come in, he's a really aggressive prop, which is what you want. You know, for a young fella, he's mixed in really well with the squad. I mean, when he comes here, although he's full-time at Harlequins, you know, he's very much part of the Richmond club. He's really sort of bought into our ethos. So, you know, I couldn't speak more highly of him as an individual.
Each week I look at the film, see where I went wrong and what I could have done better. You learn a trick or two, you know, after the game, you go and have a little chat with your opposite number and see what he was thinking and what I was doing wrong.
However, his thoughts are naturally turning towards June and the chance to represent his country once again.
Coming up through the ranks through the 16s and 18s, you're never really together on a like 2 to 3 week basis. You'll play one game and then go off for a few months and come back. You know, we were together for about 4 or 5 weeks. It was tough, but we have a great management team. They always came up with new things, go to the cinema, have Nando's, you know, and there's a real culture building with the boys. We've come through the age groups together, so everyone knows each other, and there was a good bit of banter flying about, and everyone had a really good time.
With the league season now drawing to a close, thoughts are now turning towards South Africa, and this week they received the news they'd been hoping for, as both were named in England squad for the IRB Junior World Championship.
We've got a training camp in Exeter for the World Cup. Really looking forward to that. You know, it's a big honour for anyone to play for their country, especially for me. You know, it didn't come by chance. We've worked really hard, and you know, we want to go one better this year and win the whole thing.
And we'll be following their progress at the camp later this month.